You finally finished your book and it's time to upload your book to Amazon. But it can be a little confusing at first, and it's kind of really important. So there are a few key steps that you need to know to ensure that your book does really well on the Amazon website. If you miss some of them or you don't put the right effort into some of them, it can really cause your book some problems. But by the end of this video, you'll know just how to upload your book to KDP confidently and with the best chance for success. I'm Zach Diamante from Kindlepreneur. Let's get into it. The first thing you'll need to do is sign into your Amazon KDP account with an existing Amazon account. If you don't already have an Amazon account, make sure to create one before moving on. The next screen is going to be the user agreement. Make sure to fully read through this before selecting Agree. Upon agreeing, you'll be prompted with this screen and may notice that not all your account information is complete. Make sure to fill in the rest of that necessary information, or Amazon may not allow you to publish your books after uploading. For this video, we'll be going through the exact steps to creating a Kindle ebook. However, when you're ready to upload your paperback and hardcover files, make sure to select the proper one here. Luckily, most of the steps we'll discuss here are also there as well. But also, once you have the ebook uploaded, you can add a paperback or hardback for that book in your dashboard. Here's an example from my own dashboard. You can see the ebook for Assassin in the Ale House is already uploaded. And in order to add a paperback or a hardcover, I can start the process by clicking one of them here. The process of adding the other editions is virtually identical, and if you have your ebook in there already, you're going to have no troubles getting the other two in. On the Kindle ebook details screen, we'll have a few things to fill out. First, we select the language our book is in. Under book title, we will type in our book title and subtitle if there is one. The series section is only necessary if your book is part of a series. If this does not apply to you, leave it blank. If this does apply, here you can see an example from my Stone and Sky series where we add the series and then add the book number for where it falls in the series. Edition number is only used if you are uploading another rendition of a previously published book. Under author, make sure to type in your name or your pen name as you would like it to appear. Contributors includes any other authors, editors, illustrators, or anyone else that you may want to highlight for helping out with the book. Here's what it looks like on Honor, the sci-fi and fantasy anthology I put together with a bunch of other authors. Currently, you can add up to 9 other contributors. For description, you would enter in your book's description. However, if you just copy and paste your words into this, your book description will look like a giant block of text. And that's not good. Instead, you need to make sure you break up your paragraphs and bold or italicize as needed. To do this, you need to be able to use special HTML coding to make your book description look better with larger words, bold, italics, bullets, and more. But Zach, wait, I don't know how to write HTML code. Don't worry, I've got you covered. There's a free tool on Kindlepreneur.com that will allow you to put your book description into it. Then you can highlight sections and click formatting buttons to make it look exactly how you want. When you're finished, just click to get your code and paste it into this box. This is pretty cool because it helps you see exactly what your book description will look like before you publish it. Plus, there's an optional free AI feature you can use, and it will try to help you improve your book description as well. But that's up to you. And don't worry, I've got the link to the book description generator in the description below, or you could just Google book description generator and select the one by Kindlepreneur. Publishing rights is where you select whether or not you own the book or if it is in the public domain. Most of the time you will choose the first option, which is where you own the publishing rights. We come to the age and grade range section. This is mainly for authors who are publishing children's books. Make sure to select the proper range if this applies to you. And the next thing on the list is categories. Now we have a deep dive video on categories and how to select the ones that make the most sense for your book. And I'll add that in the description below and at the end of the video. But for now, let me give you a quick rundown. You need to select up to 3 categories your book should be placed within. In the past, Amazon would allow you to submit requests and add your book into 10 categories in total. But sadly, this is no longer the case. So we need to be very particular with the 3 we choose. Now selecting categories sounds easy, right? Just select 3 that your book fits into and you're good to go. Well, it's not quite that easy. There are actually a couple of things to consider and some pitfalls that you want to watch out for. First, you want to find categories that can give you the best chance of hitting bestseller. And with over 14,000 categories, you can find categories that fit your book, but might only need 3 sales in order to be a bestseller instead of, well, 1,000. If you'd like to learn how to figure this out, check out the article on Kindlepreneur.com on how to select Amazon book categories, which I've got linked in the description below. Second, stay away from ghost categories. Ghost categories are category strings your book can be placed under, but aren't findable for shoppers without a direct link, inevitably making your book near impossible to find. If you select ghost categories, shoppers can't find your book through the category system, and you can't be a bestseller, no matter how many copies you sell. What's worse is that 25% of that 14,000 categories that we were talking about are listed as ghost categories. Yikes, that's a lot of ghost categories. Let's avoid those at all costs. Now, figuring out which categories are ghosts is a bit tricky. In order to do this, you need to try to find the category through the Amazon store category tree. If you can't, then it's a ghost. The much easier way to do this is to use Publisher Rocket's category feature. Not only will it show you how many sales a book needs to make in order to be number 1 in a category, it will also show you which categories are ghosts and thus which ones to avoid, making your life a lot easier. Now back to our Kindle ebook details page. The keywords section is where things get a little nerve-wracking because the keywords you select are so incredibly important. Here you have the ability to tell Amazon exactly what phrases you'd like your book to show up for on their store when someone searches for your book. Most authors make the mistake of coming to this section and just typing in random words that they think will work. However, doing this will hurt your book's chances of success, no matter how hard you worked on it. Therefore, you should take the time to research what words or phrases will be best for your book. The best way to do something like that is a software like Publisher Rocket. It will not only show you what words or phrases people type into Amazon when buying a book, but also how many people type it in and how much money other books are making. And with Rocket's reverse ASIN feature, you can also check on what keywords your comparable titles have been using to rank. This feature is super cool and will help you narrow down your search for the perfect keywords. So don't gloss over this step and ensure you have the right keywords. And finally, you need to select your pre-order status. Make sure to select the option that fits your needs when it comes to your release date and whether or not you want readers to be able to pre-order your book, which I highly recommend because why not get orders for your book before the book even comes out? Once you complete this page, make sure to hit save and continue, and we're on to the next page, Kindle ebook content page. Look at that, we're cruising along, and that first page might have felt like a lot, but honestly, it's probably the toughest part. On this page, we're going to be uploading our actual files. Under the manuscript section, you select yes or no for digital rights management. If you're unsure as to what that is and need a bit more information, hover over the blue text here and an Amazon description will appear. Our general recommendation on DRM is that you select yes, especially with some of Amazon's newer changes to their DRM policy. If you're not quite sure, we recently did a deep dive video on DRM and what it means for authors, and I recommend that you go and check out that video before you make your decision. And of course, I got that linked in the description below for you. In this next section, we will also be uploading our manuscript by selecting the Upload eBook Manuscript button here. Find where your manuscript is located on your computer and select Choose for it to start uploading. This could be a simple Google or Microsoft Word document that's been converted to an EPUB file, or one created with professional formatting software like Atticus. With Atticus, you can format and create some really nice ebooks. I'll drop a link in the description below for you. In the Kindle ebook cover section, we have 2 options to select from. The first is to use KDP's Cover Creator to create your own book cover, or we can upload our own cover. Although the Cover Creator gets the job done, there are limitations, and your book's cover is one of the most important features to your book. So you definitely want to make sure to take time and create something that stands out. I highly recommend you upload your own using a professional cover designer to help you. You'll have a lot more freedom in creating a really unique cover that you're really happy with and hopefully really draws the right readers. Kindle eBook Previewer gives us the option to launch the previewer and see what our book looks like on Kindle or through the Kindle app. Make sure to use this tool when uploading to check yourself and ensure there are no outstanding errors when uploading your work. The ISBN section is where you are going to type in your book's ISBN number. If you aren't sure where to get your ISBN, make sure to check out the resources down below so you can get yours squared away. Once you're done here, make sure to hit save and continue, and we're on to the last page. Kindle ebook pricing. If you don't know what KDP Select is, I recommend learning a little bit more about it before you choose whether to enroll your books or not. I've enrolled books and I've chosen not to. There are pros and cons to either way, and it'll be important for you to understand what those are so that you can make the best decision for your books and the goals you have. Territories is where you will select which territories you want your distribution rights to be held. The royalty and pricing section is very important and may require some research to ensure that you are pricing your book properly. You can also use the KDP Pricing Support Service. Here you can see what other books similar to yours have been sold for in the past and make a judgment call from there. As another option, you could see what the typical price point is for your books in your genre in Publisher Rocket to get a good idea while you're doing your research for your categories. Select the royalty plan you wish to use and type in your book's price here. If there is some account information missing at any point during your upload process, you will see a warning sign here. Go back and correct or fill in that information before publishing. Then hit submit for pre-order or publish. And that's it. You did it. You nailed it. With all that done, it could take up to 72 hours for your book to appear on Amazon, but it actually could even go faster than that. So make sure to check your email because Amazon will send you an email when it's fully processed. Be sure to check your book's Amazon page once it goes live to ensure that there are no mistakes and everything is in order. If everything is correct, you're good to go. Now that might have seemed like a lot, but if you followed along and you took all those steps, you're already ahead of a majority of authors who maybe didn't know about keywords or categories or even ghosts for that matter. You've already got that competitive edge. I'll see you in the next video, and until then, ever onward.